Have you ever felt like you're just constantly fighting a losing battle with your finances? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to ditch that feeling of overwhelm. We're building a simple, powerful playbook designed to help you finally master your money. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first, and this is maybe the most important thing you'll hear today. You are not stuck. That story you tell yourself, the "I'm just bad with money" one, it's a total myth. As Charles Duhigg, the author of The Power of Habit, points out, our habits can be changed our entire lives. This is our foundation, the core belief that you absolutely can change.
So here's our game plan for this coaching session. First, we're going to decode something called the habit loop to see why we get so stuck in the first place. Then we'll tackle the two biggest monsters, escaping overspending and taming your credit. From there, it's all about shifting our mindset, putting our success on autopilot, and finally figuring out what the real payoff is for all this work. Let's jump into part one.
So why are these money habits so tough to break? Well, it all boils down to this simple little pattern in our brains, the habit loop. You've got a cue, which triggers a routine, and that leads to some kind of reward. Your brain loves this. It automates things to save energy. It's awesome for stuff like, driving a car. But when it comes to money, that whole reward system gets a little fuzzy.
And right here, this is the heart of the problem. Think about it. When you're driving, the reward is immediate. You stay safe, you don't crash. But when you save $100, the reward, that feeling of financial peace of mind, it's way off in the future. It's abstract. And our brains, they're wired for that instant hit, that instant gratification, which makes it so much harder to automate good financial habits. Which, of course, leads us right to our first huge hurdle, spending more money than you actually earn. You can think of it like you're running a personal deficit. And honestly, it's the single most destructive financial habit there is. We've got to break it, starting right now.
And if you think you're alone, just take a look at the national data. It shows how incredibly common this is. 1 out of every 5 Americans consistently spends more than they make. And almost 40% are just breaking even, living paycheck to paycheck. Our mission, yours and mine, is to get you into that top 40%, the people who actually have money left over. So as you look at this, just be honest with yourself for a second. Where are you right now?
This is it. Right here. Forget all the complex formulas and confusing jargon for a minute. This is the single most important rule in all of personal finance. Every single positive change we're going to make starts with this one simple goal. Make this your mantra.
All right, let's talk about credit. For so many of us, we're what you might call financial firefighters. We only react when a bill is screaming past due and the alarms are blaring. Living from crisis to crisis like that is just exhausting. It is time to stop fighting fires and become a financial planner.
Let that number just sit there for a second. $16,748. That little piece of plastic in your wallet, it's the greatest enabler of bad money habits, period. It totally disconnects you from the reality of your spending and lets you just blow right past any budget you might have tried to set.
And this is exactly why being a planner matters so much. Your payment history isn't just some small factor. It makes up 35%, over a third, of your entire credit score. And that's not just credit cards, it's your power bill, your car insurance, everything. So what's the single best thing you can do? If you know you're going to be late, call your creditor and work out a plan before it dings your report.
Okay, we've crunched some numbers. Now let's talk about what's going on between your ears. Your mindset. That story you're telling yourself about money is every bit as powerful as the numbers in your bank account. It's time to flip this script.
This is such a perfect example of that mindset shift. As author Anne-Marie Hoddentailing points out, saying "I don't understand it" is basically an excuse to stay stuck. It gives you permission to do nothing. But just reframing that thought to "investing is a skill I can learn," well, that gives you permission to start small and actually begin. That tiny shift changes absolutely everything.
So how do you start learning that skill? You become a student of the language. It's kind of funny. When the Affordable Care Act came out, a survey found that tons of people didn't even know what a deductible was. Just learning the basic vocabulary of finance is the very first step in moving from feeling intimidated to feeling totally empowered.
Now let's talk about one of my absolute favorite strategies. Instead of trying to rely on willpower, which, let's be honest, we all run out of, let's build a system where doing the right thing is the easiest possible choice. We're going to use technology to put our good habits on autopilot.
And this automation playbook is incredibly simple. Step 1, set up automatic bill payments. That protects your credit. Step 2, set up an automatic transfer for at least 10% of every single paycheck right into your savings account. That's how you pay your future self first, no willpower required. I'm telling you, these 2 steps alone are a total game changer.
And just like we're being proactive with our savings, we need to apply that same exact energy to our income. Complaining about your paycheck? It's wasted energy. Instead, you've got to channel that energy into productive action. Research what you need to do to negotiate a raise, start looking for a better paying job, or maybe even explore some new income streams.
Okay, so we've broken down the bad habits, we've started building the good ones, but what's it all for? What's the point? The goal here isn't just to have a bigger pile of money. The real payoff, the real win, is about completely redefining what it actually means to be wealthy.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. Research shows again and again that while money definitely contributes to happiness, its impact has a limit. True, lasting well-being comes from using your money for experiences and for giving to others. So, you see, financial health isn't about hoarding cash. It's about using it as a tool to build a truly meaningful life.
So here it is, your new playbook, all summarized. Pay your bills on time, every single time. Use technology to automate your savings. Actively work to increase your income. Stick to a budget that works for you. And always stay curious. Never stop learning. This isn't just about fixing a few bad habits, it's about installing a completely new operating system for your entire financial life.
And that brings us to the end. The information is all here. The playbook is in your hands now. But you know what? It only works if you take action. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. Looking at everything we've just covered, what is the one single habit you will commit to breaking starting today to build the future that you deserve?